Hi, this is Salma. I'm a scientist with background in chemistry and material science, and on this channel I talk about the science of skincare. There is so much information out there and so many contradictions. That's why in this channel we try to simplify as much as possible the science of skincare. And to do that, I always have with me this 3D model, which will help us to visualize better how the different products we apply to our skin will affect all the layers underneath. And today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is the cleanser. So we spend so much time and money choosing the right actives, choosing the right serums, choosing the right moisturizers, but we never really pay attention to the cleanser. And the cleanser is actually one of the most important steps in our routine. It's supposed to remove all the pollutions, all the contaminations, and everything else our skin has been accumulating during the day, so it can actually recover overnight. So if we get this step wrong, nothing else we apply to our skin will work the way it should. So let's talk about what happens when we wash our face, the chemistry behind it, and how to choose a good cleanser. So here is something interesting. One of the most common causes of skin sensitivity is the cleanser, and almost nobody talks about it. But there is actually research about this topic. So studies published in the Journal of Dermatologic Therapy show that harsh cleansers can damage our proteins and lipids in the skin. And when this happens, let's take the 3D model, this barrier right here, which is the skin barrier, will start to break down. When the skin barrier breaks down, basically we're gonna lose more water and irritants will penetrate our skin more easily. And we see the signs, the tight feeling right after washing, redness within minutes, skin that feels oily again just a few hours later, or suddenly products that never bothered us before start to irritate our skin. So these are not signs of a bad skin, these are just signs of a skin barrier that has been damaged, and most probably the reason is the cleanser. So let's look into what happens when we wash our skin at a molecular level. So when we wash our face, the main ingredient during the cleaning process is called a surfactant. A surfactant molecule has two ends. One end loves water and the other end loves oil and dirt. And this is good, because when we apply our cleanser together with water, we will basically carry away all the dirt, the makeup and oil in our skin. However, there is a problem. When the surfactant is wrong or it's too strong, it will also attract all the lipids and fats in our skin barrier. Let's talk about the skin barrier and let's think about it like a wall. So in a wall you have the bricks and then you have the mortar that keeps all the bricks together. So in our case, in the skin barrier, we have the skin cells, and in between we have the lipid matrix that will keep everything together. The lipid matrix is composed by ceramides, by fats, by cholesterol, and other components, and the role of this matrix is very important because it keeps the moisture in and keeps irritants out. So when our surfactant or our cleanser is too strong, it starts pulling this mortar that we call out along with the dirt. So basically it's affecting the lipid matrix. So the harshness of the cleanser comes down to three main things: the type of surfactant, the concentration of the surfactant, and the pH of the cleanser. So our skin barrier has a pH between 4.5 and 5.5, and this is considered mildly acidic. And this acidity is actually good because it's a protective acidity. It will help our lipid barrier, it will help as well the microbiome, the good bacteria in our skin, and so on. However, most of the bar soaps that are out there have a pH between 8 and 10. This means that they will push our skin pH upwards, and this will disrupt all the bacteria, all the good lipids we have in the skin. And we don't want that. Of course, our body is smart and wise and knows how to recover, but if we do this too many times, 2 times per day, every day, it becomes very hard for the skin barrier. So a good cleanser sits between pH 5 and 6.5. This is close to the natural skin pH range. The problem is that most brands don't put the pH, so you will need to look for the surfactant. So let me write it down because it's a bit complicated. The names are a bit complicated. So gentle ones like cocoa glucoside or the seal glucoside are less disruptive to our barrier. And then harsher ones like sodium lauryl sulfate or SLS are more aggressive. So you can find this information at the back of the bottle of your cleanser or usually the box. And as a tip, the higher up is in the list, the ingredient, the higher the concentration. Okay, so let me leave you with 5 things. First of all, and most important, check the ingredient list at the back of your cleanser and make sure that there are no harsh ingredients in there. Secondly, don't trust the marketing around the foam. Foam is basically a sensory experience. So a cleanser that doesn't lather that much can also work pretty well, and actually it will be better for your skin barrier. Third one is temperature. So we didn't talk about temperature, but it has an impact on your skin barrier. So try to minimize and reduce the temperature when you are washing your face. I will also suggest you to avoid the morning cleanse at least for 2 weeks and see how your skin responds. Let me know in the comments. And the last one, if your skin feels dry after washing it, this is probably your skin asking for help and you will need to reassess the cleanser that you're using. So well, that's it for today. This is the first YouTube video I do in my life. It has been a challenge, but I'm very happy, and if you want to keep learning with me, please follow. If you have specific topics you want me to cover, drop them in the comment section, and hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.